Hi everybody, I'm Helena.
And I'm Kelly.
And we were just having a nice old conversation and then realised it was 1 o'clock, which is really rather good. We are together Speaker Insight, where we help speakers, authors and coaches to build a business on your terms. And today's Facebook Live is slightly different from what we normally do because it's a bit more of a rant, really, isn't it?
Yeah, we've had some emails and some messages that have come into our world recently, and we thought, hey, let's tell people how not to be a dick.
Yeah, let's do that. So that works really, really well for us. So if you are here on the replay, do a hashtag replay and let us know what you think, ask any questions, take away whatever calls to action that you will, because this one is actually jam-packed full of, so we say it's going to be a rant, but it's really a rant with a teach, because we really do teach. That's what we do all of the time. I think I might have just used teach as a noun. People will shoot me. Or Ralph will, certainly. The first thing we would love to do is, as you're all joining, is, for those of you who are joining us live, tell us the buzz in your business. What's interesting, exciting, what's happening, what are you celebrating, what do you want the world to know about? You get your tiny mini stage moment. Kelly will, as she's sharing things out, she'll read them out.
Our headline got Michelle, that's why she's here.
Oh, nice one, you see? So Alison, I believe, will be here as well. She did a really great Facebook Live on headline. She was applauding us earlier on, which is really good. But here's the thing. We would love to know your buzz in the business, and our buzz, well, tomorrow we have a Connect and Create Day. So for those of you who are in the Connection Hub, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is the day when we actually bring people into a room. Hey, Robert, nice to see you. It's the day on which we bring Connection Hubbers into a live room, and you actually get to speak to one of us for 20 minutes, which is really rather exciting. Tiny consultation, kind of our eyes on your stuff. That in itself is really good. But on top of that, and this is what we're learning from these days, is that people who are like-minded, speakers, authors and coaches who want collaborations, who want to actually work with other people, are connecting and doing interviews with each other and just helping each other out in business, and it's a really good thing.
Sorry,
come on, no, come on, lay it on me.
Michelle's podcast went live. This is the second one today.
Congratulations.
We're Gabor's favourite teachers. He never thought he would say this.
Yay!
Amy said she never thought you could believe we could teach someone how not to be a dick. She thought it was genetic.
You just wait, honey. Genetic. That's brilliant.
And Robert's talking about our crocheting confidence.
So all in all, we're well set up for this particular Facebook Live.
In-joke.
Hashtag in-joke in a big way. For those of you who haven't been to our retreats, they are a very fun affair where lots of exciting things happen, including crochet and confidence, obviously. The other thing for us to really bring to everybody's attention is that, you know, it is the summer holidays are starting. So that means all sorts for some people's businesses. That means nothing for other people's. For Kelly, it means 9 weeks of play and
Have
juggling.
you seen the monstrosity in my garden?
Hang on a minute. Wait, I can do this.
10-foot
there.
trampoline. I built. Well, I didn't build. My husband
I haven't
built.
had a go yet, but I'm about to. I will do.
Supported bra.
Stop
please.
it. I knew she'd do that live. Seriously. Just because you've been on holiday doesn't mean you can bring your feisty back in this way.
Oh dear, no, sorry.
Any more?
It's not single plastics use Fanta. Sorry, I'm trying to use up water bottles so I can automatically feed my plants.
It is actually
another
quite.
Story.
Yeah. Anyway, oh my God, we're going to be doing product placement moment. Right? It's like sponsored by. We will be Instagram queens very soon.
And we have to stop it because we're making Robert blush.
Oh dear. Okay. Seriously, what goes on at the retreat stays in the retreat. So, right, shall I just...
No, I'm not doing a live on the trampoline, Alex.
Actually, if you scroll down my personal feed, you will find a video of me bouncing on a trampoline, like... Not this one, but a different one. Anyway,
let's move on. We've got like 18 people here wanting to be like taught. So.
Okay, let's teach. Well, let's rant and teach. So as I said right at the beginning, so this really is coming out of our observance. Some of the things that have happened to us over the last little while, as well as some of the things that we hear from the clients that we have. we don't usually do these kinds of lives where we rant at people and about things in some way. And what we thought we would do is, because we do feel really strongly about people showing up as themselves and really, being you is what we say is at the heart of your business. And so we want to help you in the best way possible to not be a dick, because there are some really tactical things that people do that can actually make you seem, is dickish a word?
It is now.
Sorry, did you want to say some more things?
No, they're just all going on.
They're all just going on. Okay, good. So we've obviously spent, we have a wonderful group called the Connection Hub, where we've obviously spent a whole bunch of time creating that culture of connection and really just people supporting each other. It is a great place to be, and that's not me saying it. That's actually loads of the people inside it, about 4,600 people or so, who really love being in there. And it really grates on us when we see things that cross our values. Yeah. We feel strongly about helping speakers, authors and coaches. You're just going to smirk. I'm just not going to look at you. Like, truly. Okay, she's just going to have a conversation with you whilst I'll talk at you for a little while. Then I'll hand it over. Maybe that's how we do it. But it really is just about us supporting you in not following tactics, but actually helping you to build a business on your terms. So we want you to align to your own style. And because we've experienced some of these things over the last, 3 months, well, decades certainly, but even
there's been a couple of things that have come into our inbox or our Facebook inbox which have grated on us because it's grated against our values.
That's it. And we like to think that actually we've built a really nice culture of collaboration, of celebration inside the groups that we've got, and we celebrate your uniqueness. And so from that perspective, we don't want you. You are not, thankfully, most of the members in our group, I would say, are not dicks.
Unless, as Robert says, if you are called Dick.
Well... Good point, well made. To all the Richards who refer to themselves as Dick, please feel welcome.
Be you.
Be you. Just be you. Hilarious. This is really going to go well.
I know.
So, our job today really is to say, here are some of the things that are showing up that people are doing that just make others question you. Your potential avatar, and there's the word, your avatar. Your job is to really be attractive to the people that you can serve. The way in which you do that is to show up as you can be, aligned in your own style, to your own message, and doing things that aren't tactical and learned from somewhere else, but that are actually aligned to how you want your business to show up. So we're just going to go through some of the things that have happened, why they're not good, and then what we would suggest that you do. So this really is a pen and paper job, even though it's always going to be a teach. It's a ranty teach. So let me hand over to you because you're far too distracted by what everybody.
Well, my husband.
I knew that was coming at some point.
Let's not go down that route.
Right. Just continue.
Yes, I've been in Gran Canaria. Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
And
the world didn't fall apart, and I managed all the tech last week.
Very good job.
Thanks,
I'm very
darling.
proud of you. And what we're saying here is that when you create this valued culture, wherever you show up, whether you've got a group or just your email database, just wherever you are. Yeah. That's why we find when we talk to people, they go, "Oh, you've got quite a large Facebook group now. You must take a lot of admin." And we're like, actually, we don't have to delete loads of spammy posts. We don't have to tell people off for being disrespectful. Yeah. Because basically, this culture, everyone in the hub just aren't dicks, basically.
No,
they're really nice people. Yeah. But we've created that thing where we want you to collaborate. We want you to support each other. It's not a us culture. Don't talk about you. It's all about, the narcissistic side of things. Yeah. And I think that's what we're trying to get across here is that you've got to think about what's the impression you're giving out to people. Yeah. What's the culture that you're creating? Because that's what you're going to attract.
I completely agree. And, the point is that in the Connection Hub, we've grown that culture and we've cultivated that culture. I will definitely say that on the back of where do we want to hang out? Like we literally grew it on the back of, wouldn't it be brilliant to have speakers, authors and coaches who are people that we love working with and alongside to actually have a space where they can come, hang out, learn stuff, meet each other, get the resources that they actually want, because we know that's what they need,
and
right?
feel supported, right?
Exactly.
So we're going to go through these 4 areas where we've grouped stuff up just to give you some advice on what we've seen as they're not wrong, but they're not aligned to our values.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you
and by osmosis, kind of probably your values, or at least close to. We'd like to think.
And sometimes and one thing I want to put up straight is that we all make mistakes, right? Yeah. We all mess up. So that's not, being a dick isn't making mistakes. We want to put that across. Because I feel that if your intention is always good, then that's the thing that matters the most. Yeah. You can really spot it or sense it or feel it, whatever your NLP style is, when someone's doing something with the wrong intentions. Yeah, and that's when things start to feel jarred, aligned. You start smelling a bit of something's not right here. Yeah. So that's what we want to highlight for you today, because, and you'll see this in all the things we talk about, we've seen so many speakers, authors and coaches just blindly following tactics. Yeah. Because they've been told to, right?
Or in the desire to sort of get things in quickly. They kind of, somebody presents the magic wand and they go, oh, I'll do that. Yes.
And that's when sometimes it feels misaligned,
and disconnected.
Thank you.
Nice. Misaligned, disconnected.
So let's go through these 4 points. The first one I want to talk about is emails, right? And with emails, it's a tactic that we said, not a tactic, it's a strategy that we think you should all use.
Totally.
So the emails are the things now where you can actually guarantee that people are seeing them, or at least they're being delivered to their inbox. Yeah. You just rely on social media. 4% of people are going to see your posts and everything you do. So you want to make sure that you have it as part of your marketing strategy. These are the things that we are getting fed up with emails, right? And this is when I see now people just say, oh, do these clever tactics, which maybe once they worked, but as soon as everyone clicks onto it and everyone starts doing it, they just become annoying and they become quite fake.
Yeah, they really do.
So the ones that examples of this is when people say, oh, you'll get more of an open rate if you put in your title, oops, I made a mistake, I messed up or whatever.
Yeah, but how many emails did you then get later on?
So that's the thing. When this did first happen, years ago, and it was actually, we saw that this happened, and most people actually like to see the side of you which not fails, but the vulnerable side of you, right? Yeah. So when you do something wrong, they're like, oh, what happened? Tell me the juicy stuff. Let me see the consequences.
We're all prone to a little bit of gossip. We have that in us, but
then the marketeers started to share the stats on how this improved your open rate, and then literally you just got it everywhere. Yeah. And what happens is, I've seen now, when somebody actually makes a mistake, they have to say in the email, I'm not doing the spammy, I made a mistake, I really did put the wrong link in.
It makes it the longest subject title in the world.
So we're using this as an example that I'm not saying don't use marketing tactics. I'm not saying don't, when you're saying stuff that there's no time scarcity or there's a limited amount of people. I mean, Helena said for our Connect and Create, we have 16 people. We're always sold out. Yeah. So there's no reason not to say those things because they're true. Yeah. But don't do stuff just for the sake that you think it's a marketing tactic. Yeah. Okay? And that's what we're saying about things like the...
It sounds like you also...
Stephanie hates it as well.
Yeah. She unsubscribes immediately, which is really nice.
Part of the thing that we're saying here. The other thing is that I see this as a free opt-in all the time. Download my swipe files. Yeah. I'm a really great marketing. I'm a great marketing person. I know exactly the headlines, the copy, everything, the
conversion. To say. Yeah.
And I'm all for swipe files. We wouldn't be in marketing if we weren't. Yeah. But that's when people just do a copy and paste of somebody else's, insert your product name here, insert your price here. Yeah. I just don't get it. I don't get why you want to be somebody else.
It's not your voice. It's not who you are. And actually, people will spot that. If you're used to sending stuff out and suddenly you've just done a copy paste with a little bit of infill, the voice, the tone, the feel of it is entirely wrong for you. And they will absolutely go, what just happened?
Yeah. So I was just mentioning Daisy's thing. What can she do if she actually can rectify a mistake by email? You might need to put something in. I've seen it. I really did make a mistake. As the title type of thing. Yeah. I'm not doing the marketing ploy. Yeah. Just make a joke about it if you can. But the swipe file things is we have, at our retreat, we teach an 8-sequence email nurture step, which basically tells you the types of things you should be putting in those emails, but it's not, here's the exact email, copy, paste, and put your product name in there.
We purposely have written it so you can't copy, paste it.
It's in the way that we're saying, what's the purpose of that first email, second email, so that you know why you're writing it, not just the fact that you've got, as Stephanie's saying here, German efficiency, where it's just, it's already made for you, copy, paste, done. Because in both Changemaker Central and in Speaker Insight and the Hub, we are telling you about, if you're going to be this speaker, author or coach, you need to own who you are.
Totally.
You are the centre of your business, your uniqueness, your style, your personality, your message, your purpose. And if you're trying to fit into somebody else's language sequencing style, you're losing that completely. And as soon as somebody else has used that template, they just go, they don't care. Because they've just literally put their name in, and that's when this whole personalization thing, it just dies.
And especially because if you are working in an industry where people are likely to be signed up to competitors' emails, or at least people who are in the same ballpark, if you are using something that somebody else is using, there will be some element of that person's copied that person, or did you... So I actually heard of someone the other day who literally, they began a particular thing, it had been copied by someone else. Another person in the environment then accused the person who originally did it of copying. You just don't do it, right? Crazy.
Hey Brett, Steph's saying, and for me there's also a difference between who sends it. If I trust the person, I'll read it, acknowledge it. If you're spammy, guru, I'll unfollow. Good point. So that's one thing here. The other thing is with emails, and I think most people are quite aware of this now, is that when someone joins your email database because they've downloaded a lead magnet or they've signed up for something, the first email you send after that should not be a, hey, buy my product.
Don't do that.
Because that's exactly what Steph said, that just gives you a reason. You get the thing that you want, but if they haven't built any relationship, any rapport, any trust, added any more value, then therefore you start selling to them straight away. It's that unsubscribe. It's what people talk about all the time, that they try and have sex on the first date, right? It doesn't, well, it does work for some people.
And let's move on.
Maybe not the best analogy, but a lot of people use that. But in that respect, it's going to be a very short relationship. It's going to be a one-night stand. And therefore, what we're about, and I hope that you're about, is building that longevity with your client. So you get the lifetime value with them. You help them through the whole transformational process. It's not just a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
No, we definitely don't want anything like that.
Now something here, and this really grates on me, because trust and honesty is really high up there in my values. And I think...
And mine.
I think most of the people that we work with, it is something...
It's that valued piece.
And I received an email, I think it was last week or so, I think I was on holiday, where I'm sure all of us do this. I have a certain email address where I sign up to people's products so that it doesn't...
And for those of you that don't have one of those, definitely get one of those.
So it might just be a Hotmail account or something that's not basically going to fill up your standard email address inbox. And I download people's products from there, and they're whatever, lead magnets.
Because we all like to have a look, you know.
But also they're valuable, right? But what I normally do is I normally sign up with the name Freebie, so my first name is Freebie, or Test or something like that.
Yeah, completely.
Anyway, I got this email last week or so, which was basically like, hi, Freebie, which I love. I think it makes me laugh every time.
Hi, Freebie.
And then it went on to say, hey, I've got this exclusive thing. It's for 43 people only, and I've basically been going through my whole database, and you, Freebie, have shown up as the person that I really trust, and I know that you're on the same path, and blah blah. So I've only exclusively offered this to you, Freebie, for 43 people, and basically blah 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 blah. And it just sounded. I was like, if you think you've handpicked 43 people, and one of them is somebody called Freebie, then it just completely baffled me that loads of people are going to get this email, because obviously they didn't send it to 43 people, and it's just dishonest.
It is. It's not right.
Why do you need to be dishonest? Why don't you just say, look, the first 43 people can get this?
That's it.
Because...
It's
obviously,
a tiny
if
change.
I'm a test account or a free account or a freebie account, you don't even know my name, so you haven't hand selected me.
So how can you have hand selected?
But then other people are going to talk. And if people then say, did you get that email?
Yeah.
And they'll go, well, then it's not true. And that's the thing that I'm trying to highlight here, is that we're in the world is changing from consciousness.
Yeah.
You can smell BS from a mile off. And there's no need to be
There really
like
isn't. I mean, you know, if you've got people like Jackie
Karen
Taylor...
received that email too, right? So here
well,
we go.
there you go.
This is where it starts.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, so I'm one of the 43. She's one of the 43.
How many
people are out there? And you don't need to do it.
Yeah. I was thinking about Jackie Taylor and the fact that she's starting the empathy economy and just, you know, we are in a changing world. We are in a changing world where people like us, the change makers, and this is why we're highlighting this, is you don't need to do some of these tactics. You can simply be honest, but we'll come on to solutions in a little while, right?
And so looking at emails, what happens when you do these things, exactly like Steph said, people unsubscribe.
Yeah.
So people unsubscribe.
Or they think of you in a
different way.
Different way.
You lose that trust, that confidence and stuff, right? So if you are, as we said in our posts when we were promoting this, if you're getting high unsubscribe rates, it potentially is because your competitors are checking you out. So they might download your freebie and then unsubscribe as soon as they got what they want. So that's just part of the game, right? We just have to accept that.
Yeah.
It could be that you did what we said earlier and you sold to them too early.
Yeah.
So it could be that you basically did something and then the first email they got was something saying buy this, buy this, buy this. And most people will then be turned off.
Yeah.
And it could be that you broke trust in some way.
Yeah.
Okay, so the fact that you've lied, you've not been authentic, and there are loads of comments coming
Sorry,
through.
Michaela's just making me smile. She said, I actually do this for my own amusement. Sign up to the name Fart Face or something similar.
Oh, that's going to be a new one for me, Michaela. That's awesome.
Oh, I'm delighted. Thank you for sharing. Brilliant.
Okay, so lots of people are agreeing here, right? So this is just to look at how authentic are you being in your emails?
Yeah.
What's the intention that you're doing? Are you putting that person first that's getting the email? Are you caring about them?
Yeah.
Or are you just doing tactics, right? So that's one of the things.
Yeah.
So that's emails.
Right,
Yes,
are you ready
I have
for the
got-
next one?
Is there something funny with my job today? I know.
I think sugar is
Sugar,
the
maybe
answer.
I
I
should
think
have
it's
done this one with
sugar.
sugar, should I?
But she's only had this much of it. I'm a bit scared to sit here by the end. So the second piece that I actually want to share is around badmouthing. So again, there is no need for it. And what do I mean by badmouthing? I mean two core things. One is putting other people down. The other is around this kind of gossip. So I want to put some context in that. Obviously, with what we're doing here, we are not the experts. We don't teach. We're not the experts in everything.
Oh,
honey.
okay, fine.
Like, you're a very good expert in what you're good at. Sometimes I have to do this, butter up the ego. No, but here's the deal. We help speakers, authors, and coaches to build a business on your terms. We love helping you put the positioning in, actually kind of unsticking you and putting the foundations in place so that you can go and change the world. That's what we're really good at. What we're not good at, and what we don't actually teach is, we don't teach speakers how to speak. We don't teach authors how to write, and we certainly don't teach coaches how to coach. We know many people who do those things, and we direct people in a sort of almost signposting way. We kind of pop you over to these people and those people. Here's the thing. Badmouthing happened. This happened to me only about 2 months ago, because obviously we're because of that non-expert status, we get other experts in. Exactly. We get others in to actually teach you about the stuff that they're really good at. In the course of me, because it falls to me to do several of these conversations, in the course of me doing this a little while ago, a couple of months ago, the person that I was interviewing to be interviewed, if that makes sense, I was just relationship building, which is how we do everything. In the course of that, this person badmouthed the person that we'd already interviewed. And I was like, well, this is interesting, because actually we've already chosen that person to be in our community, to highlight them and share them with our community. So we know, love and trust that person. Yeah. And you, who I'm just getting to know, are actually bad-mouthing that person. Yeah. So that's a complete no-no. So you've got to be really, really careful about that.
They didn't make it to the next stage of interview.
They really didn't. And it was like,
but there's no need to.
There
That's
really
the point.
isn't. Because actually there was such synergy. This was the whole thing. I was really excited to have this person there because it was a slightly different perspective. And that's what we always try and present is how can we put you in front of that many people that you can grow your business in the way that aligns for you.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to interview this person and get their perspective. But after we talked, I really didn't want them because it wasn't like valued.
We wouldn't do that to anybody else. There's no need to badmouth people.
No.
If you haven't got anything nice to say, as my mum would say, don't say anything at all.
That's exactly it. And so please don't do that. There's no need. My mother always used to, how funny is this? My mother always used to say, leave like a lady. Like, so, it's like leave the scenario, but like a lady, you don't need to do any of this. So that brings me on to the second one, which is gossip. So a little while ago, I can't remember, something like 10 Facebook Lives ago, we talked about building your tribe.
Yes.
And gossip is an insidious thing and it has an energy about it. Gossip, there's a little bit of light gossip that we all indulge in and we have a little bit of fun with, but essentially, gossip really is a low energy, low vibration thing that you do where you are talking about someone. It's like a mild form of badmouthing and a misdirected badmouthing in some way. And here's the thing. If it's to be believed, Napoleon Hill said the sum of the people that you hang out with is the sum of the people that where you reach to. That was very badly paraphrased. You'll have to look it up in some way, but you know what I'm talking about. And the thing about this is that when I was doing the research for the tribes thing, and Kelly's actually going to put in what I'm about to talk about. So this wonderful, wonderful book by Dave Logan and John King. I get them mixed up. But I found this fascinating piece around the kinds of tribes, because we're all affected by the tribes we hang out in, whether you think you are or not. So whether you're a member of this group or that group, you are part of a tribe. And basically, someone is buying into a belief or a mantra that they hold by. What they actually did as part of the research is they discovered that there are 5 kinds of tribe. So the first kind of tribe really is this, only 2% belong in this. So the first one is the victim tribe. It's actually a place where people hang out to really grumble. And not very pleasant to be in, I'm pretty sure. The second one is the My Life Sucks tribe. And interestingly enough, people, a misery shared is a misery kind of, indulged in. And about 25% of people hang out in a group like that. That's interesting. The next one is
I'm Better Than You tribe.
This one is kind of a little bit insidious because this is the one that kind of is a bit superior, and it's like we're in a tribe, but we're all putting other people down because we're better than you in some way, and that's not good. But a whole 22% of this particular study, which covered thousands of people, actually belonged in somewhere where it was like, well, I'm ahead of you. And there's just that slight bit of arrogance to it, and that's not very fun at all. What was the next one?
Well, you've got the we're great but you're not tribe, and then you've got our tribe.
Which is only about 2%. And what's our tribe called?
The Life is Great tribe.
And we really do kind of hold to that. So there really is no need for you to be in a position to be bad-mouthing or gossiping or being better than in some way. Find somewhere to hang out where it's pleasant to be. Find somewhere where you've got like-minded, like-valued people. Because actually, you don't need to hang out in those other groups or tribes because it's not a very nice thing to do. Yeah. Most people, we get it quite a lot. It's like, we really love being in here because we can just be ourselves. We can just say what we want to say.
People feel good when they can help somebody.
That's it.
When they are given positive feedback and been praised for something.
Yeah. When you get the opportunity to support someone.
And that's when people love to help. And that's what we are always blown away in the hub, with how supportive everybody is. And in so many ways, feedback, suggestions, sharing opportunities. Yeah. And that's because we've got this collaborative... Yeah. If you win, we win. Right? And everyone wins.
That's it.
And I think that's the thing which then a lot of people, when they are a speaker or for a coach, you always have that danger of the ego taking over. That grandiose, I am God, I know everything, listen to me.
Yeah.
And it's all about me,
Yeah.
right?
But it isn't. It's always about them. It's always about the people who are on the receiving end of it. Now, here's the thing about bad mouthing. The consequences of bad mouthing are people start to doubt you. People start to actually just pull back a little bit. They don't necessarily want to be in relationship, a bit like me with this other person. I literally cut them out. It was like, no, we're not going to have conversations. Thank you very much. But it could be worse than that. Because actually, if it's a direct, you're out, that's great. But a lot of the time, it's actually an underlying, you're not seen as a very nice person. And the word of mouth kind of insidiousness that sits underneath it is around this whole, well, if they're saying that about these people, then what are they saying about me? Because we're inherently selfish as humans. You know, there's a little worry that goes on, and people stop being themselves with you because you're not trustworthy. Yeah. So then the relationship kind of depletes a little bit and everything seems a little bit more icky. That is one side of it. The attraction of drama, the negativity, people who are always going on and on and on around kind of negative stuff.
Or just drama.
Yeah,
right?
well, there's that as well. But that's partly my mother. But let's not go there. Sorry, Mum. But, you know, there's an excitement around that drama. They feed off of that. And so that's where those tribes in the middle kind of hang out. So the fact is that 25%, 22% and 25% are in that slightly dramatic, woohoo, something's happening type of thing. We're saying, well, why not put that effort into life is great?
Yeah. Yeah, everyone wins.
Yeah, so don't badmouth.
Thank you for the love, Steph and Charlotte. We're not going to read out loving comments because they make me blush a little bit. I want to acknowledge something which I didn't put down here. I know Brett might not have been able to stay for the whole live, but he put a post in the Connection Hub. I didn't think about this when we were writing the content for this live, but I think one of the things as well is when you're being a dick is what happened to him last week. Where,
yes, oh my word, of course, sorry Brett, totally.
So he basically had sat down with somebody and given him this person some great advice, and then that person had gone and taken all of his content, put it into a product and start to charge for it.
Pretty much word for word,
right?
Which is what we were just saying.
We know that there isn't much new information out there. It's the way that you package it and who you are and your personality and all that. We get all that. Yeah. But this was literally just straight plagiarism. And he's like, I gave you my time for free.
And my IP, as it turns out.
Yeah. And so that's another, I haven't got this as a separate section, but that's another bit, don't be a dick by copying people's stuff, right? From a plagiarism point
And you're never going to be able to pull it off anyway.
Yeah. What did I say? Sherlock says it takes 6 seconds to copy someone's IP.
Yeah.
6 months to copy someone's idea. Yeah. 6 months to copy someone's IP, and 6 years to copy someone's culture.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like you're always going to be. Oh, he's still here.
Oh, good.
So yeah, sorry about that, Brett. Yeah. But I know you got a lot of support and a lot of people saying just keep on doing what you're doing, right?
Like be you, and because you are the heart of your business, and you are the person that owns your IP, and so on and so forth.
Okay, so we've got the email side of things. We've got the bad mouthing side of things. The next thing, which is a real big value clash for us, is where people don't create that connection. We called it the Connection Hub for a reason, guys, right? So if you don't create that connection, this is where it just feels like you don't care.
Yeah.
All right. And this is one of the feedback that Robert said to us when he came to the retreat. One of his testimonials is like, we really know how much you guys really care about us and our journey and what we do.
Yeah.
And we hope that comes across in everything that we teach and we say to you.
I think it does. They love us.
But when people come in and it's all about me. So this is just going back to the point that Helena said on that one of those tribe aspects, is when you've got those communities where they just want to promote. Yeah. Whether it's in your own group, whether it's in other groups, it's just I'm in here, I'm going to tell you about me.
Yeah.
And people just get a bit like, shut up, right?
They stop listening, and that's the thing.
I don't want you to not talk about you.
Yeah.
Though. So this is a real fine edge.
It is, yeah.
Can you share what's going on in your life with some insight, with some story, with some questioning, so other people can look at their own life from that perspective?
That's right.
So it's the fact that you can still share, because if you look at our Facebook Live about what's the most engaging types of posts, the most engaging one is when people are vulnerable, when they tell their own stories, when they have the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So we want that. Yeah. And you want to talk about your results and your case studies, but there's a finesse of doing it.
It is. It's again, it's a non-dickish way of doing it. It's a
finesse,
be you.
darling.
Non-dickish. Well, normally it's the other way around. I'm just channeling you. Nice.
So it's just thinking about how do I do this so that I can explain what I'm going through, but also give you some context to think about it as well, some insights, some ideas, some inspiration.
Mainly because there are no new situations. So the thing is if I've gone through that and I'm able to share it with you, you might just prevent yourself from doing that. That's a gift, right?
So one of the other things is when you know somebody's got a largest reach, so they've got like 5,000 friends, the maximum amount of friends you can have, and 20 whatever thousand people, whatever, in their group or whatever it might be.
Whatever.
Yeah. So I've had this quite a few times. So I've got 4,000 something members on my personal
on
friends.
Your profile,
And when people then go, oh, there's a reach, what they do is they put a post up and they tag me in it. Right? Yes. And I don't, sometimes know that person very well, have got nothing to do with whatever they're talking about. Yeah. And they're just doing it as an opportunistic because they know that it's going to show on my timeline and it will have a reach to that amount of people. Yeah. That is just like big no-no, spammy, horrible. Group tagging people is not a good idea. No. I'm for it if they've been at an event and you want to share photos and they were all there, or they've asked to be part of something and you can go, this is going live now, here it is.
That's it. We do that with the Connect and Create Day all the time.
So when people have said that they want to be, and then we say, here, the tickets have gone live. Yeah. But there's the one where it's got absolutely nothing to do with me. I don't even know about this project and you're just trying to put it on my timeline to get reach. Yeah. Big no-no, big spammy, okay? So don't do that.
Again, people will do it in the same way. They'll kind of just start to pull back a little bit and go, oh, I didn't realise they were like that. Because people will make assumptions about you on the back of what you do.
I do more than that. I remove the post, I block the user, and then I delete you as a friend. So it's like, oh, here you go. I have my settings so that I have to approve any tags on my timeline.
Right, yeah.
Great, Charlotte.
Me too.
So the other thing is about being present.
Yes.
Okay, so whether you're networking or whatever it is.
What did you say? There's someone over there I need to talk to. I've got another Facebook Live to go to.
So this is where you're basically, it's a horrible trait when I see people at networking and they're having a conversation and they're like, oh yeah, so what do you do? Yeah. And they're slightly looking over, oh, is there something more interesting over there? You're like,
stop doing it.
Like, you're talking to me, not that person over there.
Hello, eye contact.
But just care. If you don't want to talk to me, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Right? It's that whole...
Sorry, we're doing the networking one now as well. We need to do one on networking. We haven't done one on networking. But one of the key things that you can do is everybody else is networking there. So it's okay to extract yourself from the scenario and go, actually, I think you and I may be able to do something in the future, but it's not quite what I'm here for today. I'm going to go.
That's fine, but just
be honest.
Be present.
Yes.
Be present with people. Late to the party as always. Hope everyone's okay. Hey, David.
Hey.
But it's also the fact that I also hate it when you're in a meeting. Oh, that's exactly what I was going to say, Amy. And they're looking at their frigging phones.
You're like, really?
Like, you're in a meeting with me. I've given my time to you. Put the phone away. It's just rude.
Do you know? Right? So I will just say this: right at the very, very beginning, when we didn't know much better, and we didn't actually choose to have a laptop here,
and
right?
You used to do comments on your
phone.
I
used to do comments on my phone, right? Richard, bless him, actually went, "What's Helena doing on her phone?
You're on a live."
And I was like, "I'm on the live and doing the thing." It was like, oh, I get how that looks.
It looks like she's looking at text messages.
So several people are now going to actually go and look at the recordings and look at the first 10
and
just
go, early days.
So that's me being really rude, just doing my own thing whilst doing the live. But it was exactly that principle,
and it's
wasn't
what we're saying, Amy. It's one of those things that grates. So one of the things is be present.
Yes.
Be there with the person that's chosen to spend that time with you. Be focused. Be there in the moment. Don't be distracted by your phone or other people and have that whole FOMO, what am I missing out on, right? That's the point. Having those good connections, building rapport.
That's it.
And I think as well, a lot of people are too controlling of other people, right? You don't own other people. And so I think that's again in the hub why we love it. Because we want people to connect. We don't want to go, oh, I'm not going to introduce you to that person because I want to get an affiliate commission before I introduce you. Or I want to make sure that I mean, there's enough
truly
stuff to go around, guys.
Truly.
And it's going back to the intention.
That's exactly it.
If you really care that that person's going to get the best web designer, you'll just promote them anyway.
That's right.
And don't get me wrong, I am a massive promoter of putting your Amazon links out and having affiliate links. We've done a massive live with Phil Gibbs on how to affiliate. I'm not saying don't affiliate, but it's that controlling.
It's like, hang on a minute, nobody can do this, or in your rules, maybe it is nobody must put links up but me. You know, you just kind of go, seriously, lighten up, because there's more to go around, and your focus probably needs to be elsewhere anyway, right?
So if you're not having this connection, this is one of the things that you're feeling, that you'll see this where people just scroll past your posts, right? They just don't care. They know that you're just going to be promoting. It's like, here she goes again, or here he goes again. You're also creating the wrong impression, right? So with the absence of connection, they make up what they think you're about. Because you haven't given the chance to build a relationship. So they're already making assumptions about who you are, what you're like, what your intentions are, what your purpose is, because you've never shared this.
That's right.
And so why would you leave that up to somebody else to make up what they think is about you?
It's this whole what you're known for, seen as, you know, if you go back to that as a training, number 14 on the list, is that, you know, you are in charge of how people receive you. And so, you know, that's great news.
And the last thing, the consequences of this is really when I don't feel that you don't have connection, I just feel that you're seen as rude. Right?
Completely.
And so why would that be the impression you want to give of people where you're not present, you're being blatant, you're, hang on a minute.
So Charlotte's going, just because she's missed the beginning, she's going to miss the end. She's just gone for the middle, and then she's going to go and have a little look later.
See, Selena's saying she's left loads of groups because no connection to other members. And we hear this a lot, that people are saying, like, well, they put posts up and they don't reply to the comments. So why ask for people's input if you're not going to then respond?
It's like you have to have an intention to follow through as well. There was actually a really lovely, just talking about follow through, there was a really lovely post from someone in the Connection Hub who'd asked for some real help. And that person then came back into the post, and there were about 48 comments of help and support. And that person came back in and said, here's what happened. Thank you so much. These are the things that I used.
Follow up,
And what was really nice was that actually a couple of people after that went, wouldn't it be nice to hear more often when that happens? You know, so people are longing for that, right?
If you gave somebody advice on their show reel or whatever, they'd love for you then see the new version of the show reel with that advice in.
Absolutely.
And that's this whole, people want to see other people succeed.
Yes, that's it. And you want to hang out in there. So we're already on a long one. We thought it was going to be semi-short, but maybe not. Okay, so I'm going to do the fourth one. So we've had emails, we've had badmouthing, we've had lack of connection. I'm going to talk a little bit about selling tactics, mainly because I got about a week ago, and it's really irritating and frustrating to the point where I actually do want to do some badmouthing, but I won't. I'll be a lady about it, so thanks, Mum. So it's all good. So one of the first tactics that we see a lot, and sometimes this happens, it can happen online, it can happen offline when people are actually selling from a stage in this way. But that whole kind of massive discounting of things, you know, it's like, it's worth £5,000, but today you can get it for £99. Well,
or 99p.
What? You know, you're just like, hang on a minute. The discrepancy is just you either undervaluing your own stuff so much that how can it be worth anything? B, you know, people will see overvaluing it in the first place for the £5,000 in that way. But it's basically like, it's such a tactic that people go, that can't be for real, and they start doubting the quality anyway. So be good about, but go and watch the thing about how to price your products because that will help you with this.
And we're not saying don't add bonuses and things like that.
Totally, we love a good bonus.
Added value. But it's when you discount your value.
That's it.
And you're using these tactics because people have said, oh, if you create this urge that for only 30 minutes at the back of the room, you're going to get it for £4,000 less than what it's worth. It's just it
creates doubt. It creates doubt. People don't necessarily, you know, there's an kind of feeling about it. Whilst we're at it, I'm just going to get this one out of the way. Lying about testimonials, like, you know, the results that people have got, you know, sort of, you just go, don't fabricate it. If you don't have them yet, give a reason for why people would actually come and join. That might even give you a good reason for the current pricing that you're going for. But If you're lying about results, or if you're actually just skewing it because 3 people out of the 1,000 who've done it actually have got these results, don't do that. It's misrepresentational, isn't it?
Yeah, and it was it was when I was Maria Franzoni was saying about this, and she was saying about how some speakers are claiming how much money they're earning and stuff like that, and then she goes on to Companies House and checks on their website about their company.
Oh, that's right.
And they're not even VAT registered, right? So how can they be earning this amount that they're actually claiming
when
to
the
be
cap
earning?
is 82 grand?
Yeah.
You know,
so it's like you can. The world is so transparent now.
Yeah.
That
You can find out anything.
Why would you even want to lie for the first place?
Yes.
But 2, you're going to be so easily found out, and as soon as that is, then your reputation just goes right down.
That's
so
exactly
just don't lie,
it.
basically.
That's exactly it.
The
Okay, good. So
think of doing summer discount 30% off to make it a no-brainer. While people are on holiday to start in September. Yeah, that's fine. So that's
of course.
But that's the reason, right? So,
and it's reasonable.
No, but I would still give them a reason why it's 30% off. So people do Black Friday sales. You've got like Amazon Prime is on today. So there is a reason. Yeah. And I was on holiday. I was listening to Daniel Priestley's book, Oversubscribed. Yeah. And he said that if you offer a 1 day, and he normally says that you only do it for 1 day if it's going to be an exclusive offer. Yeah. Then only offer it for 1 day. Yeah. If you offer it the same thing 3 days later, you've just blown your credibility. You've just blown your reputation. Because you're not honouring your word. Yeah. Okay. So make sure, Daisy, you're saying why. Yeah. I don't know what would be the reason. Would you do it over the summer? Just a summer discount, maybe? It could just be because it's summer. Because people go out and buy a whole new wardrobe in summer, so you want to make sure that they make the right choices so they can get the stuff that they want. But then make sure that you offer it for a time period and honour that time period. That's it.
And if you're going to say this is an exclusive offer, don't do it again in 2 years' time. Yeah. Seriously. If this is the lowest price it's ever going to be.
DFS! When have they not got a sale on right address?
Good point, well made. Oh, I feel we need to change the picture on this.
But this is the thing, if you're a speaker and you say, this product's only available at this event, and then you go and see them a month later and they're offering the same products, that's lying. Yeah. Okay, it's going back to the honesty.
And people won't trust what you say, but it's also slightly disrespectful in some, it creates that kind of scarcity mindset. But I'm coming up with 2 corkers, so there's one from her and one from me.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, well, I think you should definitely do
I'll do it.
Okay, you do that and I'll do mine, because honestly, the other day, some of you will know that I enjoy good food, and I do like to snap an occasional photo and put my good food on Facebook. And there was a nice little string of, oh my God, I really want to go there and everything else. And there was a person who went, hey, I tried to send you a message the other day. I diligently go off to look at my messages, my Speaker Insight messages, my emails, my everywhere. Because I'm looking at this person going, I don't know you very well, but I'm so sorry if I've missed it. And sometimes it goes into that weird messenger inbox, so I go and check there. So I've spent a good 10 minutes, 15 minutes of my time going, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I ended up feeling really bad. Anyway, I then kind of respond. I send a message to the person. It turns out we're not friends, but at the moment that's kind of just about okay, because actually everyone keeps coming up to Kelly and I going, hi, how are you? And we go, never met you before in my life. Oh my gosh, and we say that with grace and love, and they go, oh yeah, that's right. We see you.
Can't see us, can you?
So I'm okay with that. And so this person reached out. So I'm thinking it's one of these that I really can support and help in some way. So now I'm really emotionally invested. I really am, because I'm just dragging out the story. So anyway, the person then sends me on the back of me having sent them a message, they then send me a little, hey, great post that you actually put in there, great trip down memory lane, and some other schmoozy kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, where do I know you from, and how may I assist you, kind of thing. And then I get the sales pitch. then I get the sales pitch.
But then a recorded message, not even from her sales team, selling her something else.
Yeah,
right.
Which is just like, hey, have you had a look at the link yet? I'm like, no, I haven't looked at the link yet because you're nowhere near a friend of mine. It was dirty and underhand.
But
it was
again,
horrible.
But it's the same when people friend request you, and as soon as you've accepted their friend request, they add you to a group or they send you a sales message. It's the same as the email when
it's like, I'm not yours. I don't belong to you. Build a relationship with me, and I might listen to what you have to say. But this person, I actually kept it because it happened whilst Kelly was away. I'm like, I really want to block this person, but I'm going to keep it so I can show Kelly. Yeah. But it was in perfect timing for this.
And I'm just going to pick up on Amy's point here. She said, does the word limited get used? Is it the same as exclusive when you use it? So I think limited is again, it's not a scammy word.
No, it's a good word.
When there is a limited space.
Like 16 places at the Connect and Create Day.
It's limited, right? That we can only fit 16 appointments to see us together.
Yeah.
So it has the same connotation as exclusive.
Yeah.
Because there is a limited amount of people that are there. And so if you're going to get... The exclusivity normally means that you have to have jumped over some hoops to get there. So you might have had to fill in a survey, be a type of person, qualified.
Yeah.
Limited just normally means that it's only available for a short period of time or for a short amount of people.
Yeah.
So they have a similar scarcity level to it.
Yeah, agreed.
But I think the two words mean something slightly different. But I don't feel either of those words are scammy.
No, and again, it comes back to what Kelly was just saying about giving a reason. You know, if there's a legitimate, and that's the word, if there's a legitimate reason for it, really, the room, the slots, the coaching slots that we have on the Connect and Create Day, we can only do 8 each. And so we limit the numbers to 16. It makes sense.
So this is the other story that Helena was talking about.
It's horrible.
I'm not going to, again, name on shame, but it was a very well-known personal development speaker.
Yeah,
very well-known. And basically he was doing a seminar and free 3-day, God, that's hard to say, 3-day seminar. And obviously you're going to expect that they're going to sell at the end because that's how they're going to make their money. I don't have an issue about that.
Yeah.
It was the fact that when he was selling at one of the break times, if people wanted to go and get their lunch rather than at the lunchtime break while he was just about to start the sale.
Notice at the lunchtime break.
He would start calling these people out saying, are you going for lunch? Oh, well, if you're needing to eat, that's why you're poor. Because you're putting hunger over the fact of listening to my sales message. He was calling men out in the audience, calling them pussies because they weren't getting up and buying his product. Right, so this whole shaming, making people feel guilty, is just not a sales tactic that in any way has any reason to do it in any sense of the word.
It's just not human. It's just not nice.
And so, you know, it's disgraceful that some of these people here really wanted to buy it, but they didn't have the money and they felt guilty, and he was making them feel even worse that they weren't selling stuff or putting it on more and more credit cards.
Outrageous.
It was, I've got shocked faces in there, I know.
It's like, it's horrible.
Yeah, and a lot of people did leave, Amy, and was just disgraced. So it is. Everyone's screwing their ends. I can't see comments enough.
Shall we move on?
But that, I think, so you can see the response here, guys, is that this is the type of thing which I know all of you are like value to us. But it's actually something that's done quite a lot.
Yeah,
where
but
people
it's
are made
also
to feel
taught.
guilty.
But it's taught, and actually, some people see some tactics that happen and they sort of copy without thinking. So our invitation here is to actually stop, think about what's the created impact.
Robert, DFS.
DFS stick for sure. I feel a Canva session coming on any moment now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
Thanks,
bless you, Robert. You just make me smile all the time. So what we're basically saying is
oh my God, Dennis, I had a similar experience where people were brought onto the stage, and if you left the stage, you were shamed. Yeah, see, it happens. It's horrible, guys. And this is us.
And it's not needed.
But this is a call to action to everyone watching.
Yeah.
You, as change makers, as speakers, authors, and coaches, please change the industry.
Yeah.
Let's
we
make it
can.
a better place. Let's make it a truthful place, a supportive place where we really care about who we work with.
Yep.
And we are not using these shitty tactics.
Because it's not needed and people see through it. Trust your avatar to know and understand the quality that you're offering. That really is the thing for us. place out what we have, set out your stall, by all means, do the legitimate limitations, etc. But our job, if you don't like what we're saying, be different. Like, actually step up and be different. So, should we tell them some of the things? We could just leave it right here, but like, we could tell them some things that they could do. Okay. What do you think?
So this is just like some of the things that we're, karma, I get it, Michelle, I know.
Totally.
I just have to, but I also want to have that thing that you guys are such awesome people, awesome messages, and the more that we can shine the light on you guys. We're just calling you up, the less these people will just literally get squashed.
My grandma told me, to thine own self be true. I follow that always. That's a Dillis one, nice.
Okay, so these are some things to do where you're not a dick, right?
Yeah, that's right. Here's how not to be a dick.
Here's how to not be that person that people try to avoid.
Yes,
right?
or that people call a dick behind their backs.
Anyway, so let's not waste people's time is the first point.
Please.
Right? So let's be respectful. We're all really busy.
Yeah.
So make sure if you've got legitimate questions, you're putting stuff up, you're not sending people down a scammy sales rabbit hole.
Yeah.
You're actually here to serve, you're actually here to add value.
That's it.
So we know we've done stuff on pricing before, but don't be freeloaders for people. Yeah. Don't expect things for free. Don't expect people to be spilling everything out, because we should value and respect everybody's time
and the years of expertise and learning and experience that they've put into the IP, aka Brett and whatever,
exactly. So share value all the time and just have that good intention, right?
The second thing is definitely to just be honest and be true to your own style. So, by all means, look at a swipe file and go, I like the essence of this, understand the essence of something, and go, well, how can I, with who I be and my experience, my expertise, use this? Because I like the essence of it, but how do I come across as me? Yeah.
Create this air of generosity. Okay, now this is quite a hard one, because for speakers, authors and coaches, what I find is you give too much.
You overgive.
But there's a level. If you can create the things that we teach you to, where you can support people digitally without having to spend your time, you can always support. I mean, I think it was actually Brett that made a joke in the Connection Hub that every time someone puts a question up, Helena or I will come up and we'll put a link to a Facebook Live that we've done and add some value, right? Yeah. Because this is why we set it up, so we can still add value, but it doesn't take up loads of our time. Yeah. But we really do care about these 5,000 people, most of you that we don't know and we've never met. Yeah. But if you put something up there, we'll either attempt to help ourselves or we'll signpost you to somebody else. Yeah. So just be generous. Have that mindset of being generous. Yeah. It's that law of reciprocity.
I was just going to say karma.
Yeah, that's what Michelle was saying. But we don't do it for that either. We do it because we genuinely care.
And the byproduct is we change the industry, because actually we love this industry. We are change makers at its very heart. Kelly and I love seeing people succeed. And so we're going to do everything we can to help people succeed, right? You want to go?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Me again.
If you want to.
So we've got here. So when we're saying, a lot of people go, oh my God, I need to grow my list. I need to grow my group. I've been told I need to have 5,000 members or 500,000 members. Just know why you're doing things.
Please.
Okay. So if you want to get your group to a certain size or your list to a certain size, know why it's that size. Yeah. Know your conversions. So if you know that you've got a 90-day plan, that you've got this product, and you know your conversion ratios is you need to touch this amount of people and blah, 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 then that's a reason. Yeah. If you're just trying to build and grow and grow and grow just for a number's sake, you're going to have
just because somebody told you, you're going to have quantity over quality, aren't you?
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. So it's the fact that people are doing things, again, tactically, because they're told, oh, I need to have this amount of people. But once they're on your list or in your group, if you don't care about them, then it's just a numbers thing. And most of them, I mean, we are always shocked about how much our activity in our group. Yeah. Because if you go to your Facebook group and you go to Facebook Insights, it will tell you the activity level of your subscriber, of your members. Yeah. And we actually have like about 85 to 89% on average of engagement, right? Which is really high. Yeah. But that's because I think we've created that culture. Yeah. So again, it's like, don't just build things for the sake of building things, like getting lists.
Have a
products.
reason for it, understand what the impact of it is, understand the wider influence that you actually have by setting something up. You know, it's the thing that I always talk about, certainly at the retreat and elsewhere, but about putting your green flag in the sand. This is me, this is what I stand for, this is what you can get from me, this is what I'm really good at. Yeah. And then people come to you and they share around you because actually they want what you have because you're being really clear about it. Like there's niching in there, there's avatars in there, there's all sorts of things in there. But the essence of it is that you stand for something. Others come to you. This is back to the tribe kind of piece. Others come to you and hang out with you because they go, I can learn from you, or I just like hanging out with you. I like hanging out in this space and doing what I'm doing. And if business happens, and yes, be strategic about that by all means, just don't be a dick about it.
Go on.
Okay, fine. So we've talked about this one already. Obviously, no selling straight up. Build a connection before you do selling. Yeah. It's very, very, very simple. And within that, care about your avatar. Find out, like, here's a little challenge for you. Find out something new about your avatar every single day. Yep. Like every single day. What could I add to the list of my avatar? That would be a really good thing to do, wouldn't it?
And I think as well, when you're creating a culture, it's a bit like bringing up kids.
Yeah.
You do need to have rules and boundaries.
Yeah, you do.
Because then they feel safe and they also know how to operate.
Yeah.
So make sure that in your group, you've got those clear rules. You've got how, you know, and also give them the chance to promote themselves on promo days, to share opportunities on hashtag opportunity, to share good things like Friday feelings, all the things that we say. Look, we want it to be so you can grow, so you can share, so you can connect. Yeah. But also we do it in a way that we want to do it on our terms, so that it basically people know how to operate. Yeah. And that's why our group, we don't have to do a lot of admin. Yeah. Because people just know how to operate. We do our best to actually outline that in such a way that we're not the only enforcers of anything when that sort of stuff happens. Yeah. So actually, the group starts to learn how to actually behave, how to be. Yeah. When we're with like-minded people, we understand, back to the networking thing, you know, we understand that actually what I could do is I could take Kelly over to this person and say, you two really need to have a conversation because I know both of you, right? I think one of the other things in here, I'm just going to put a link in as well, is it's knowing your values.
Completely.
Right, so when I used to work with a guy called Derry Llewellyn Davis, I know some of you might know him as the strategy man, even though he's rebranded recently. But he used to say that you know your values when they're crossed. Yes. Okay? And that's when some people go... Completely. He would hire and fire on values. Yeah. So therefore, it's that thing where you know when someone's crossed your values, when you feel like, oh my God, that just feel violated. Yeah. So it's a really good thing to actually know what your values are, so that you can either put that in the group description or you even put it on your website. But it's the way that you operate, because that's going to be the attraction magnet for you. Yeah. I'm going to put a link in as well here to, I work with a guy called Richard Barrett, you might know him.
Who is amazing.
And he's got a personal values assessment tool there, which is free, which you can just do. I'll put the link in. And you can actually discover your own values there. And we've done it together as a company and as an individual. And it's just, you know, that's how we know that structure and connection and trust are like our joint values.
They're way up there. And it means, you know, hopefully that you get to enjoy us every single week. And the point about that is simply that the more you create opportunities, the more you know who you are and who you be and how you're setting up the center of your business, the easier it is to actually be a stand, communicate from that place, know what rings true, what doesn't ring true, and people will experience that in you, in the group, in the collaborative place that you are setting up in some way. One of the things I've been doing just recently, I'm doing some hand-holding people through to actually setting up their own tribes. One of the conversations that came up the other day was, you know, well, what kind of content do I put out there? And I basically offered them this. What is your avatar longing for? because what they're longing for is what you then set up as opportunities, because you give them the opportunity to say the thing they want to say or buy the thing they want to buy. For some people, that's the environment in which you want to be. It might be that you actually give them the opportunity to share or experience in some way, but what are they longing for is one of the best ways to discover the opportunities that you might need to, within the realms of your style, make an offer.
Yeah.
Just makes sense.
Yeah. So I think what we've covered, we've gone over time.
But we've totally gone over time. So
and I know we've still got like 20
of you are still here, so we love that.
So and I know this can be a touchy subject for people, because I know some people are really like wanting to know how to be successful and they're following these tactics.
Yeah.
So we just want you to do that sense check of how true are you being to you?
Yeah.
What's your intention? And making sure that you're not being drawn down a pathway that actually is giving the wrong impression to your audience. Now, even we decided on this live, we were like, should we, because this isn't a title that we'd normally use.
Yeah.
It's one of those, oh my God, it got, even Michelle said, I just came on just because of the
title.
By the title. And actually, it isn't our normal style. So let's say we're trying it out, and obviously we got a good response in that. But we also
that doesn't mean we're going to do it every week.
No, but we also looked at this terminology about being a dick.
Yeah.
It's something that Andrea is thinking of writing a book on.
Yeah.
It's something that we saw as Huel, who's a protein shake company, who are quite cool and funky. I've got them.
Yeah.
But they've got their mission statement on a wall, and the mission statement title is "Don't be a dick," and then it's all the reasons when you're joining that company about how to do it. So I get that the title might have turned some of you off. Some of us saying, "Oh, it's not very classy."
Yeah.
But it's a way of grabbing attention, and it's a way of actually, it's your style and your take on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just, we're not going to be doing ranty, teachy ones.
We truly, it's not who we are fully. And you can see that even though we said that, what we've ended up doing is a teach. Because that's
our style.
Who
That's
we
who
are.
So we hope that you've enjoyed it. We hope that you've learned something and it's given you some raised awareness.
Yeah.
I'm sure what will happen, like the reticulating activating system, is you'll see all those emails saying, oops, I made a mistake, or you'll see people discounting, or you'll see people adding you to groups, and it will annoy you even more.
That's it. I will hold back from actually bad-mouthing by not telling you who the person was that actually got into my inbox. No, and so on.
So we have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine,
yes.
and we look forward to seeing you next week.
I'm off to go out in the garden to play on that thing.
I'll take some video evidence.
Stop it. Right, on that note, I'm going to turn you
Have a good day,
all off.
everyone.
Take care.